Growing up with him, he was, I must say, fantastic. You know, even though very busy, you will be amazed. He cuts my hair, he cuts my nails. He ensures that, you know, when he goes overseas, he buys me hairbrushes and things like that, little things, you know. A very strict parent, but yet very empowering, very encouraging and inspiring. So I think that has helped us a lot. That we had a lot of freedom to grow up, but stuck to certain core values. I think that is clearly where it is differentiated. Hard work, no shortcuts. That's always very etched in our head. There's no shortcuts means that there's always a right way of doing something. And really looking long term, and ultimately, that's maybe basically that, right? But in the end, then, whatever path we choose, we will do it the right way. He's empowering in the sense that he doesn't limit our ideas. He was never like saying that, oh, you have to do this or you have to do that. He gives us the choice. He knew when to, you know, both my parents, I must say, you know, like when we were growing up, they were very strict. But they knew when to relax, you know, when to let go. For both of them, actually, it was very good. For us, at least for me, I can't speak for my brothers, but I think they feel the same too. And I like it, the fact to see that the same core values has been translated into the company as well. A lot of his staff has been with him 20, 30 years, and yet very professional. And I think that's where I enjoyed the fact that even though I didn't work outside and I came in here, I learned a lot because it was actually very professionally run. Yeah, we were diversified at the same time. When I first came back, I said, I was given a choice. Well, actually, yeah, I said, okay, should I work outside? I was actually very keen to work outside. But I was then presented with the options of the diversity of the group. So we said, okay, what do you want to learn? And there could be, so I gave it a try. And it was no regrets because I think I worked under a lot of different bosses with different leadership styles, you know, and different ways, and also rotated a little bit in the different business units. And hinge on the fact that in the end, what do? We make a difference in another person's lives. It gave so much meaning that ultimately now I'm so bought into it that I would like to ensure that it is built upon, you know, for the say next 40 years, for example. You know, we've had the last 40 years. Maybe the way to do it could be different for the next 40 years because the market has changed, the world has changed. But the core, that's why I keep saying, to last the next 40 years, the core value has to be the same. I think the 3 value system, we will continue to espouse on that and build on that. As the businesses go different ways, you know, maybe 20 years down the line, businesses could have changed. Maybe our whole business may even have changed. But hopefully, at least I feel my obligation and I think my responsibility is to ensure that the foundation and core values built is going to be able to be brought and grown to a different level. Yeah. Of course, I knew there was a preference for me to work within. But if for example, if we were in the business that I was completely not interested, then obviously, and I was still asked to go in, then I think I will feel pressured. But you know, when you lay something that's so attractive in front of you, it is no longer a pressure, it is, hey, you know, oh, okay, why not? I think I will try. So it's not a pressure per se. There was a preference and I thought, okay, why not, right? So I started off, yeah, I still remember my first boss made me photostat a lot of things, you know, I had overnight stays in the office, you know, trying to rush up documents, and I thank them for it actually, because I think it really built my my time with the group to be like, you know, it's not as similar as possible, I suppose, you know, if I worked outside. But the beauty in the end is still the opportunity to see the diversity and the opportunity to sit in meetings that I would not have had the opportunity to if I was outside at an earlier time than, you know, than not. Yeah. And when I came back, actually, 95, I started in 95, 97 was the worst crisis. It was complete eye-opener, and I think if I was in another company, I wouldn't have gotten the kind of exposure that I would have had I was in here. And I think that was etched, a lot of things are etched in my mind very clearly in terms of what happened then and how it could have been managed, what leadership is about, where the company would grow, what matters most to my dad and my mom and parents. And so it was good. I think think it was also, I wouldn't say, I have no regrets. Because I can't blame others for being a bit more careful with me. So that's when I say, okay, how do then I break the ice? How do I earn their respect? And this is where that's why I truly believe in humility, which is also something that I think my dad has, yeah, you know, both my parents have taught all of us about humility. And I think that helped. I'm sure they will still treat me differently, but I try to take it in good stride. I don't take advantage of it, and I just try to learn. I speak my mind. I'm very, very clear with what my father has set out. Perhaps what my role and my brother's roles are as well. We want to, of course, grow the legacy that he has built and grow in a very holistic and meaningful way. So to grow that, and because we're in 12 different businesses, I find that one of my key roles is really to build great teams. One thing I learned from him, from how he started, then as a starting point, as an entrepreneur, you need to develop good teams, but it's a different kind of empowerment because at that time we needed starters. But now we actually have a lot of assets where we need to further grow and at the same time replicate. So maybe a different type of team. And I feel what he has done, he empowers a lot, and he's very good in attracting and choosing talent. And that's where I would continue to build on if I need to, and build great teams. Because it's really nobody can do it in one person or in one day. Really is building great teams. Hence, maybe if I feel I can still improve a lot even in people skills, but I would use that to see how we can build more teams because there's tons to do.